Okay, take two. Guys and girls, let's come get this audience back here again. Sorry about that. There was no sound coming on Facebook. I hope you got sound coming through now. Let's just wait for this audience to build up. Hello, Narelle, how are you? Good to see you on Insta. Daniel, how you going? Let's just wait for this Facebook audience to build up. I just want to make sure that you're getting volume. Hello, the official Bojan. Gang, Paul Biller, you can hear me. By the way, Paul, I'm really enjoying your social media at the moment. Ever since you went to see Gary Vaynerchuk, you pushed it up a notch and you're doing great stuff. Check him out, Biller Property in Double Bay. Chris Rigopoulos, how you going? I'm wondering how you're related to Sam Rigopoulos. Hey Ryan, hey Better, good to see you. Lisa, fantastic. Hello Tony, thank you for that. James, how you going? All right, so guys and girls, I finished, getting back to what I was saying, I finished a coaching call earlier today with a real estate agent, and he said to me, that was a very useful half an hour. I wish my business principal had sat down and explained everything that you explained. Because at the moment, these are the sorts of things that we're hearing people are saying. The market is shit, it's devastating, it's rattled, I've never seen it as bad as this. This is the worst marketplace I've ever seen. There's no buyers and even there's no listings. There's no urgency, banks aren't lending money. I've never seen it in all the time I've been in real estate. This is the sort of stuff that I'm hearing. So I just wanted to actually separate fiction from fiction. And what I wanted to do is actually give you, what's a myth and what's reality. So the first thing I want you to understand right from the outset is this. I have been working in this real estate business for 30 years. I have lived through 4, potentially 5 downturns. I'm not quite sure about the 5th, but 4 I definitely. Hello Emil, hello to you all. So I've lived through 4 definite downturns where it's the same. What actually happens, hello Aaron, what actually happens is that it all sort of slows up. Buyer energy goes, bank money is very tight. So these are things that I've lived through. And I've sat down today and I wrote out my notes on some of the things that I learned in these markets, because it's really good, hello Harry, it's really good to follow the path of people that have lived through this. This is 30 years, 4 times I've seen it like this. Here are some of my notes. The first thing is, understand that having an expectation or listening that you're going to 10x your income or 2x your income is an unrealistic goal. And I'll tell you why. Because what you've got to understand is, even if you were to 1.5x, not 2x, not 10x, but 1.5x, that is a far better goal for you to have. So how do you actually 1.5x your business in the next 12 months based on these circumstances? Well, let's go through it. The first thing I'm going to say to you is, I've got some good news. The C-grade real estate agents, the ones that actually were just getting by because they were using a strategy which was cut and copy, cut what other people are doing it and just copy what they were doing. Those real estate agents, they're being smashed in this marketplace. So they're not going to be in business in the next 6 months. They're leaving. They have already started to leave the industry. So what this means is, per amount of property on the market versus number of agents that operate in the market, it all of a sudden goes down. As Nick Rigger says, it's time to go pro. And what I'm saying is this, what's actually happening is this, that you will have less competitors for the remaining market of properties in there. That's a good thing. So hanging in there means that you are already in with a chance because you've got less competitors. That's the first thing. The second thing I'll say to you is that in this marketplace, what you've got to get really good at doing is work very good with what I call A-class sellers and A-class buyers. These are people that are motivated, super motivated. And all of a sudden, this skill that we haven't had to have needed for many, many years, because we were basically fielding inquiry that was coming through realestate.com, domain.com, emails coming left, right, and center, has existed now. And what's happening is that you've got to sit down and you've got to work out who is actually going to be making a decision on real estate in the very short period of time. So you've got to get really, really good at high quality buyer qualification, and you've got to be working with A-class sellers. These are people that are going to buy property in the next 30 to 45 days for emotive reasons. The next thing is you've got to start working with A-class sellers. These are people that are definitely going to sell. So what we're talking about is, who are the ones that are selling on the weekends now at the moment? When I'm auctioning on the weekend, who sells? Deceased estates, people in dire financial trouble, divorces, people that have bought another property, right, and they have to sell. And people that are relocating because of, work purposes. All of a sudden, the quality of the listing is becoming super critical. So what are good people doing? Number one, better expectations, which is, hey, I'll do 1.5x or even 1x my income, which is just earn the same, or, a little bit more. Working with quality people. The other thing that they're doing is this. Look, you've got three choices in this market. Think about it. In this market, with less volume, think about it. You're going to the following. You're either going to make less money and you accept it, or you're going to have to work longer hours, right? Work longer hours to make up for it, or you're going to have to work smarter. I would suggest that you should do the last two. That you should not factor in making less money, because all of a sudden you start having this self-fulfilling prophecy. I would suggest that maybe a better strategy for you would be to turn around and say, hey, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually work more efficiently, and I'm actually going to work more diligently, harder, more focused over this period of time. The next thing that you'll notice is that you're going to require to actually reach out to people more than them reaching in. We are now moving into a true traditional. It's the return of the salesperson again. And for many of you watching this video, this is very foreign to you, because you came into real estate in a period of time where you never have to reach out to people. People were reaching out to you. And all of a sudden, you're sort of thinking, shit, hey, this is not what I was taught at school, right? Well, let me tell you, this is normal school. Normal school is a vendor's here, a buyer's here, and you grind them together. And there's a lot of grinding to take place. The next thing is, the other thing is, you've got to return back to what I call breaking bread. You've got to return to breaking bread. Breaking bread with people that influence business towards you. Breaking bread with what I call the shot callers in your marketplace. Breaking bread with people that trust you and that have got influence in the community. That is what this marketplace needs right now. For you to go back to that CRM system, to pick up the phone and start breaking bread and having good quality conversations with people that actually affect the decisions of other people in your community. In addition to that, I'm going to tell you what has really been forgotten is the art of creating urgency in a non-urgent market. Yes, when there's competition, the competition creates the sale. But what do good real estate agents do in this kind of marketplace? Very simple. You have a second inspection on a property. You don't rock up with the buyer and no one else there. You create another inspection on the property 15 minutes later, so when you're taking a buyer through, they can see that there's urgency there. And if you're doing auctions, what you've got to do is you've got to make sure that you get a lot of people, a lot of local neighbours, a lot of buyers there to create theatre. People need to know that it's not just you and the vendor at the property. You've got to create theatre. We're returning back to actually sales, where you actually got involved and you put deals together. This is what this marketplace wants. It wants deal makers. It doesn't want order takers. Order takers are moving. They're moving back to selling Kit Kat bars at 7-Eleven stores. This marketplace, commission sales in real estate, needs people that have got the ability to actually know how to actually put deals together before the vendor and the buyer even know the deal's been put together. That's the traditional form of sales that we know. Hey Jason, hello to you all. Anyway, let me move on. The other thing that you need to start doing is get rid of shit stock. Hey, listen, if they're overpriced, if they're not motivated, if they haven't invested in marketing, and I have to say to you, that is the real big telltale sign. If they're not putting their pocket for marketing, keeping up their plan B. And you know what? You don't have time to work with people that have got plan Bs, right? You got to have time with people that are motivated, realistic, they're putting their best foot forward, they're investing in marketing, they're paying you a decent fee, and they're nice people. And you know what? This is a great bloody marketplace for first home buyers. It's a great marketplace for people that are upgrading. Because when was the last time that these people could get into the market or upgrade into a beautiful house? Hello, Chantel. That's my daughter's best friend, I think. Or I don't want to offend anyone, up there with one of her best friends. Anyway, gold, 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 says Amit. And I'm saying to you, right here, right now, the other thing that great real estate agents are doing is that they are telling people the good news and the bad news within hours of getting the news. They're not mucking around. They're getting straight to the point and they're telling owners, hey, this is what's going on. There is no time for anything else but the truth to be told in a fast, efficient way. The other thing that great real estate agents are doing in this marketplace is all of a sudden they've gone off and they are concentrating on an expired listing strategy plan. Thank you, hydration. I'm going to stop in a moment, but I'm going to keep going because I want to go from this video in a moment. Vendors are telling us, you know what, Mark Simboli, great real estate agent from Cogra, he summed it up. This marketplace, you know what's different about this marketplace correction from the ones from previous years? The vendors know all about it. The vendors are telling you why? Because they're socially media savvy and they're connected to the internet every minute of the day. So they know more than you know that the market is not so good. So vendor education is in fact a lot easier. So the other things that they're doing, by the way, the fastest plan to really upgrade your business how is upgrade your VPA. Anyway, guys and girls, I want to let you know the problem is never the problem. The problem is the way that you see the problem. And I have to say, I have people in my real estate gym community that are absolutely smashing it. I've got Shane Beaumont, who in the last 30 days made 15 sales, and he does it in Perth, Western Australia, where the average price is around like 400,000 in the area that he works. I've got agents all over the place in low price brackets doing really well. Why? Because they've returned back to some basic fundamentals in real estate that we know work. I want to also let you know, small plug in the end, the real estate gym has officially closed for 2018. This is our membership drive. Susan said to me, we're going to keep the doors open till midnight tonight, and then we're closed. Real Estate Gym 2019. If you haven't joined, join up now. It's $620 a year or $65 a month, and that includes me giving you face-to-face events across the country on a regular basis. It includes stuff that I'm doing here like today that you'll only be getting as a Real Estate Gym member, of course, videos, scripts, and templates. And you'll get, of course, Real Estate Success Journal, your personal Bible, building a incredible business in the next 12 months. So if you go to realestategym.com.au, Susan's going to actually put the link there. We are closing tonight. We've had a drive this week, and thank you, Christine. She says worth every cent. Of course it is. You're getting 3 coffees a week is what it costs you to have me as your coach. And you know what? Even if I say 750 things that are wrong, but 7 that are right, it's still going to be worth it because one thing's going to pay for it. Guys and girls, I want to let you know that I'm signing off. And by the way, if you join, guess what? You get the rest of this year free charge. So you're getting like 12, 13 months. You're getting 13 and a half months as part of your Real Estate Gym. It's closing midnight tonight. So as just said, guys and girls, press that share button, share the love. I want to thank you so much. And I want to remind everyone right here, right now, there is no such thing as bad news. The news in real estate, it's very simple. The news is bad. It's helping your vendors understand that they've got to reduce their figure to sell. When the news is bad in the media, what's it doing? It's actually encouraging buyers to actually come in because they can actually buy at a lot lower discounted figure. So guys and girls, on that point, Georgie Soros, thank you so much. Signing off. Have a good night. I'm going to sleep.